Radiant team ban! Dire team ban! Uh, 10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron. Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Radiant team ban! You really got to pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Radiant team pick! Dire team pick.
Brewmaster!
10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron. You better pick your hero. 5 seconds. Come on, Radiant team, you gotta pick him right.
Weaver.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Go, Dire team, pick him up.
Death Prophet.
Uh, 10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Ooh, Radiant team ban. Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. Radiant team ban. You really got to pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left. Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Radiant team ban. Come on, Dire team, pick it good. Uh, 10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron. Radiant team pick.
Dusk.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
Faceless Void.
Get up on in there and choose that hero. Why aren't they doing anything? They're just standing around. Relax.
All right. Well, I'm pretty excited about this matchup, Fog. You know, open qualifier teams always really fun to watch, and you know they did get their Pango. That's one thing that I've heard consistently was that ZipZapper is in fact fantastic with this hero.
And yeah, he's got that, got that juicy master tier. I'm seeing some nice gold tiers on the opposing side on the Void, the Puck, the Shadow Shaman. So it looks like we got some people comfort here. But yeah, I mean, this should be a pretty interesting one because I feel like a lot of the team fight is going to be relying on that Pango for dire lineup there. Pro. Well, I look at this Radiant lineup and it's everyone's a team fighter. I'm liking it a lot. It might be a little bit overkill with the full fight because literally everybody has a long duration cooldown, but they can also brawl a bit. I actually like their draft a bit here with what they're playing against too. I'm surprised that Meta4Pro went for Weaver when they're seeing Shadow Shaman and Puck already. Actually, heroes that are quite good versus.
So are you saying that you're feeling a little bit more confident going over to the side of Spider Pigs?
I would feel a little bit more confident. Void is a hero that I don't know right now. I feel like they're not really too much in comparison to all super carries, but I like the rest of their draft quite a bit. Can they make these roles work? Because they've got some weird ones going on, right? We have a Brewmaster position 5. It's looking like they're forcing the Death Prophet up top. So maybe they got a little bit too much in their brain with all the hero picks and maybe the roles. If that can cause some mistakes from them.
Do you think they're overthinking a little bit just because of the fact, they didn't have the greatest game the other day, right?
I don't know. It's also just we're only day 2, so maybe they saw like what's when they're probably like, man, we tried this in a couple of our games in our pubs and our scrims and stuff like that. Let's try it again here because it's still early on. So and they did get like this that Puck Shadow Shaman. So I don't know. Maybe a little bit too much. It looks like it could be okay on paper. The roles definitely look a little funky.
Well, it definitely all comes down to what actually happens in game. Everything looks great on paper, but it's never quite enough. So having a bit of a moment right now. We're taking a nice stroll through the Radiant Forest here into the base and whatnot.
How are you doing, Mox?
I have not talked to you in so long. I'm excited. We have finally got our Foxy cast again, as you like to call it.
We do. It's been a year, I think, right? Since we were in, Was
it Leipzig? Was that the last time? I'm not sure if we cast
Leipzig
together, though. That one.
Maybe. I think we did did we do like one game? Maybe we did only like 1 or 2, if we even did. That's actually.
I don't know, actually. I might have gone even further back. I think maybe Rotterdam?
Yeah, it's been some time, though. It's been a long year.
It has indeed. But I'm so glad that we're finally getting some good Dota 2 to watch. And I'm loving it.
It's constant. It's constant. I'm like, what? It's 8:30 p.m. For me, last night it was like 8:30. I had some news and all that, but I went on my couch and I'm like, I'm just gonna chill out, do something, and I'm just like, oh, there's more Dota to watch. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm like, but Dota to watch. I'm not allowed to go to sleep to watch.
Well, there's definitely going to be plenty of Dota to be watching very soon, but not right now, unfortunately. Looks like we're having a couple issues. So, guys, we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, hopefully, we'll be able to get right back into all the action.
Morty, don't look now, but battle's about to start. Oh my god, no! I ain't ready.
Well, those were some very fast solutions that we found, and now we're right back into all the action. So, looking forward to see what's coming out here, Fog.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that, and looking forward to my mic blowing out people's ear, apparently. It's still doing that thing that it does.
It was fine this time, though, to be fair, when we came back from our little mini break. You sound beautiful, sir.
As long as I just don't get too excited, because that's what happens. About my the limit that I can reach, that I get too excited and just go crazy. I'll try to keep myself calm for everybody here. I do love me some Dota, so it's a little tough sometimes in those big fights.
I don't think anyone will fault you if you get too excited. I think we all feel those moments for sure.
Just their ears might fall.
Yeah, it's fine. You can grow new ones or something, right? I'm excited though. How are these lanes gonna work out? Because like we said, we've got some weird positions coming out here from the side of Spider.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really wondering how this bottom lane's gonna go out. I quite like this Tusk plus Pango. The Pango, I feel like he's gonna be able to get a good amount down here because double melee. He should be able to get around it decently. Mid, I feel like Noob will come out ahead, but I don't feel like he can actually just kill and push out the Mars at all. Mars should be. And top, it all depends on if they have the sentry in lane. Which they do. I feel like if they do have that sentry, Spider Pig should be pretty decent up there with their spam. Because another thing is, in my opinion, buffed pretty heavily. Because not only do you have this crazy base damage that you have had, you got more int now. They, changed it so the same damage, but you have a crazy amount of mana to spam inside.
Definitely feels good. And of course, they've got those sentries. Come on now.
Of course.
Of course they do. These guys are ready. They're
keep
hungry.
it alive, though. Seeing this Grimstroke, he's got his ready, so they will get that D ward ASAP.
A little bit of body blocking down here from LeBron as he's doing the best he can to try to harass over here. But does need to be careful, like you said. That is a potent combo with this Pangolier and the Tusk.
Yeah, and I don't know what LeBron can really do to kind of secure the Voids the lane much. I guess he just has to kind of stand there and soak pressure. I mean, Thugito should be able to get a decent amount.
It's weird to see the name Thugito instead of just regular Thug, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm back in South American Dota there for a moment.
That is very true.
Yeah, pretty sure there is like a Thugito somewhere. Some pressure here pushing forward with the wave. Again, not too much they can really do. Thugito is just going to be able to time walk off. But LeBron, he's just kind of that big tanky meat shield, throwing himself in the way half the time and then trying not.
Yeah, they both can start threatening at this level. ZipZapper just has spashes. Once the Tusk gets to, they can start posing kill. Mostly onto LeBron, onto the Brute. They can threaten the Void. He doesn't misstep at all here. Venom and all that.
I don't think he's going to go too overly aggressive, though, especially when you can.
Yeah, he should be playing it a little bit more careful. He did purchase an Orb of Venom, though, on the Faceless Void, as we say that, which is like, he's going for that aggression. Though.
Yeah, I like it, though. I definitely like it. I know Thug usually kind of likes to sit back a little bit, like he likes to sit back and farm with a lot of his heroes, but I'm not sure if this is necessarily the time to get that aggressive, Thug.
I mean, this definitely feels like one of those games, though, where we're going to be seeing ultimates nonstop, right? It's not going to be like they need to get a 5-man Chronos fights. Like, it's just a lineup. It's everyone's going to be throwing out their ultimate a lot, too. So I feel like he might go toward that more aggressive self to go for.
That makes sense. Definitely an ultimate heavy team, though, for sure.
Top.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit of damage over here onto this Grimstroke. He's got the Ink Swell on him. He's going to try to stun up DNZ, but he's going to go down first. DNZ's got that little bug on him here. He's trying to get away. Not going to be able to do it as lowskill gets himself a kill. He's going to get himself a double here. Fairy Fire gets popped by Mitch, and that is one happy bug.
Good old the Swarm. Sure, your support dies, but that minus armor builds up. Weaver can come in, get a nice little double kill, and it's just more beneficial for him because Grimstroke now TPs to the lane with probably a bunch of his items.
That bottle delivery service, Waterboy DNZ here, coming in hot.
Oh, I was saying that he was...
Ooh, let's hold on to that thought 1 second. Mars is getting held into place. Hit the follow-up, though, from the Grimstroke. Will push them back, but Noob grabbing up that Invis. Pretty happy. Used a couple of those bottle charges, and is going to be able to poke away here at a couple of these heroes. Bottom lane, too. It looks like ZipZapper's got himself in a little bit of trouble. Maybe just too aggressive there with that swashbuckle, because he does fall to Thugito. So, that aggression, it's paying off.
That Orb of Venom definitely paying off and just seizing the moment when the Tusk and the Grimstroke both go to the mid lane. They look to make an aggressive move. Mitch getting aggressive up top. We see DNZ's gonna connect. They have the sentry down too. Uh-oh, Weaver.
Ooh, this is not looking good for the Weaver. DNZ's here, gets those shackles off. Spirit Siphon, couple more clicks, and the Swarm will be able to take him down. Not his Swarm, but the Crypt Swarm, of course.
And now what I was gonna say before, where the Grimstroke was gonna TP top with the items of that Weaver. Because he TP'd mid, Weaver didn't get those items top, and now he dies. Happens sometimes. He was just trying to bail out his mid laner because of aggression around that 4-minute.
5-minute runes are up. Gotta bottled now. We're going to start to see, hopefully, a little bit
Mitch.
more aggression here. In fact, as we say that in the top lane, lowskill going after Mitch. Look like they want a hard commit on it, though. He's going to be able to walk away, but lost a lot of hit points during all of that.
Oh, cool. Okay, he's going to be going for the, it looks like the Falcon Blade on the Weaver. I was wondering what he was going to be building toward with all this. A little bit of a different kind of pickup here.
Do you like it? Because it sounds like you're intrigued at the very least.
Unsure at the moment still. Item
Okay.
just got buffed up pretty significantly. 0.2 more mana to regen 5 health, so I'm fine with seeing people try it.
A good rotation here in the top lane. They'll be able to collect themselves a support kill, but on the flip side of that, they know ZipZapper, he's alone here. Gets a couple of these bashes. Needs to go and go.
Oh.
No, he's actually all right thanks to that that time walk, but that was a little scary. Those lucky shot procs. Oof.
Frustrating ability to play against, for sure. It's up there with Bash. Nice moves coming out. I like seeing this. I like seeing how active. It might be hurting ZipZapper a little bit, but I like seeing how active Tusk is. I think he has some really good plays that he can make. Whenever you're playing with a ranged hero that has, I mean, mostly just with any ranged hero, but Weaver in particular, your tag team's so damn good. And it's such easy kills top. If the lane's pushed up at all, Mitch and DNZ are just food from any rotation of the Tusk. So I want to see him keep playing around that area. Just let your Pan go, do his own thing. The guy's got 800 games. He'll recover. If he has a little bit of it, he knows what he's doing.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that he can manage on his own with the amount of games that he does have. But do you see a smoke coming out from the side of Spider-Pigs and Noob and DNZ? Looking to get some retribution here, because that top lane, like you said, has been pretty easy pickings when you have the rotation with the Tusk.
They break
Over on
the
the
smoke
side,
a little
they
bit
break
there.
it. They know they're there. DNZ cutting through the trees. He's thinking about it. Need to push forward that wave just a little bit more, I think, Mitch. Rip Swarm. Look at the D ward off. Looks like maybe they just want to put this pressure down. Look at these two supports. They're practically kissing over here in the trees. They just have no idea how close they are.
Both teams just waiting for the other one to make the move. Tusk is waiting. He doesn't have the... He's saving a skill point for Snowball, too.
Well,
Now
here it goes. All right, the opening up over onto Death Prophets. There's the Snowball with the silence, and that is a dead Mitch.
He's food. As soon as he it's like this threshold, you'd say, and they were very aware of where the puck's position was. That was very nicely set up there by... During all this, too, the Mars is getting all that far mid because the puck was missing. He's up to now level 8. Really good start for them, right?
And a double damager in for his bottle. Everything's turning up Mars here. Xactl, I think is how you pronounce that.
I'm kind of just reluctant on pronouncing most of their names because I don't want to butcher them.
Right.
Most of them look pretty hard for me to pronounce properly.
We'll
yeah,
do the best. I'm
Mars
sure they'll
DP is-
complain. I'm sure we'll hear in Twitch chat too. Dreamcoil gets used though here over onto the Pangolier. He's leashed up. This is not looking very good for him. He's trying to just buy himself a little bit more time, but the Illusory Orb comes through. And it looks like this Tusk is just going to have to run away.
Setup. Coil is always going to be, I mean, just looking at the draft that he's playing, Coil is, it's going to be their nemesis. The Weaver, the Pango, even Mars, Grimstroke, Tusk. Tusk can't even play well versus save people. Rooted, you know, you can't actually get Snowball off to protect people inside of it unless you're from outside. So it can definitely be a big counter to the Magician. If he gets down to the point with an Aghanims later too, he hard counters the Pango. So
Oh dear, they go and they pop the Exorcism for this, but it doesn't matter because it's just so easy to get these kills. The follow-up, now you got ZipZapper top, he'll go use the Rolling Thunder and he'll stun up this Death Prophet. These ghostly ladies are beautiful, but is it gonna be enough? They're gonna try to get the kill over onto the Grimstroke. It's not looking like they're gonna be able to do it. This Death Prophet is just dead. And the Exorcism is now down. LeBron TPing top here. You can see that they're trying to get the silence off. It's a good spear though coming out here from the Mars. The shield bash comes through, gets the kill on Noob. And now they're just holding this poor Tusk into place here. He's gonna go down. There's the Chronosphere coming out from Thug. But does he have enough damage? Are they gonna be able to do enough? They're not. In fact, they turn this right back around again. And that's one dead Faceless Void.
Uh-oh, things just turned up real quick there. The whole team of the Dire shows up top with that DD Mars, who has such good kill threat on anybody there when he does have it. And Void, you look at his build, he's gone for full greedy. 1-1-4. As soon as he time walks in, he cannot time walk out. Stuck in a really bad position. They're gonna get what looks like 4 bounty points now after that.
And they're gonna get themselves a nice little kill here with that double damage rune. Dreamcoil gets used over on the bottom rune spot. This is a dead Grimstroke. Sure. And a nice bounty rune.
So they won't get all 4 bound. 3 side of Meta4Pro, but still big hits there. And now it's a coil used on the 5 position. So now the Weaver can feel a lot safer making any aggressive move or pressuring the mid tower because there's no coil. That is the big one, and pretty much all their ults are down actually. So mid tower gonna get sieged.
Very important tower too. You definitely want to let that just go down like that. But again, we talked about them being very ultimate dependent, and a lot of these ults were on the cooldown. So they're putting forward a good face here. They're saying, you know, we don't want to just give this up, but you have to be a little worried. I see ZipZapper thinking about going into place here. They end up getting the denial on the tower at the very least, but that is, you know, a crucial tower to be losing this early in the game.
Especially when you have limited ways to actually push towers until Shadow Shaman hits. They have the Exorcism, but from what we've seen for Mitch, if he goes to set up for an Exorcism, he's too squished. 1000 HP at this point in the game, he's just going to die in every... Getting these towers down seems like it's pretty difficult for the side of Spider Pigs, even with this natural push. Because Meta4Pro, they're ready to fight again. Look at this. They can probably set up for the top. ZipZapper is ready. He's got his ult, and they're already rotating the Tusk and the Grim.
It's just such a nice combo, too, when like the Weaver being placed up there, having that ink swell on him, just a guaranteed, like, how fast you move. But they will go and commit those Serpent Wards here for the top tower.
Okay.
LeBron does get caught out over here on the side. They do manage to go and throw down the Dream Coil, but ZipZapper is just going to start rolling on out. They use the split, so they are going to end up losing their support. ZipZapper, though, probably going to be able to just roll on out. The stone's going to connect, though, over onto the Tusk. This does not feel like he's going to be able to make it out. ZipZapper, he's trying, does have that snowball. He's going to go down here to the low ground, but the follow from Noob. He's just too fast, too slippery, and he's going to go and be able to take down the Tusk.
Nicely done. Get themselves the kill, get the tower 2 up top. Weaver will get a nice trade bottom, low to get that one, and I'm just gonna say Mars. Mars is getting closer to his death, so we got some decent trade for them.
Yeah, I was looking at the Tusk's name too. I think it's like Kepta. I don't see the name now, but yeah, Keptas Gaidys. I don't know.
I'm gonna butcher all of them.
I'm not sure, but I feel bad though. You know, they made it all the way here.
I know.
I feel like they deserve to have their names being used, well, even if they're very poorly, they're horribly butchered.
My man Grimstroke is just gonna be Love. I like that. I like calling it.
Oh, that is nice.
He's got Love at the end there.
It's a good
they're
little
setting up right now.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to really pin him down. In fact, yeah, look at this. Thug, he's leaving. The Spidey pig sense was tingling there.
Safeway too, and he's got the backup of his teammates near, who all pretty much have their ults except for... They're going to bring the puck down to try to... They know where this... Yeah, they put a ward.
All right, well, let's see if they're successful in being able to pick off anyone. As looks not, though. A lot of rotation, though, to try to clear out their own jungle.
There we have the Maelstrom. So pretty farmed up already on the Weaver. Both of his farming items are now, and he's going to go back. It looked like for a defensive item, and then he switched immediately to a Mjolnir. He's going just very squishy. He's going to just be relying on his teammates to protect him, because like we said, this Weaver game, there's so many different forms of disable versus so many different forms of silence. But he wants to just go for the damage.
But it makes you wonder if this is just, you know, if it's a case like, I totally trust my team's gonna have my back, or is it just, you know, pride sort of thing where you're like, I don't worry about this, it'll be fine.
I think maybe he's just wanting just to be this incredible damage dealer and just keep up in the farm and push us out. But they also have the Mars, he has a Desolator stuff, so I don't know if damage is really gonna be their issue too much inside of the fights. This Mars, and also he has a... We're gonna be looking at xactl. What did I say?
xactl?
And he's just gonna own in this night.
Yeah, he is a large lad, as we say.
There it is, yeah, Deso DD, level 12. Big power spike. Nope, Mitch.
Coming up, looks like Mitch was hoping he could get that bounty room, but instead he's gonna get a world of hurt, although Noob in the backside here does manage to go get the Dream Coil off. They'll pin them up together. This Rolling Thunder coming in hot. They're looking to finally finish off the Death Prophet. Looks like they're gonna be able to. Noob, though, is gonna be able to walk away from this engagement, as you do have a split in the bottom lane as they're jumping over on the Weaver. There's gonna be the follow-up here from xactl. He's looking, he's got the arena, and this little puck is definitely dead. But while this is all going on, Pigzs, he finds the kill on low skill. And like you said, he's squishy. He's going for damage. And they just have a lot of ways to lock him down. Speaking of lockdown, though, DNZ says, oh, I really do not want this. But he even drops the Serpent Wards. And they're just very pleased to get that on Meta4Pro. A little bit more gold in their pockets and another ultimate on cooldown.
How much did that rebuke do? That was like 90% of his HP in one hit.
Yeah. Did you see that
Yeah.
hopeful shackle of just like, maybe someone will show up in time to help me? Maybe I can put some more damage on him.
Now they don't
Poor
have the
guy.
Serpent Wards too for this fight around the pit, and they're gonna kill this pretty quick.
They don't
All the
have...
minus armor they have the Lucky Shot, the Death Knell, the Weaver is coming over.
They have Exorcism and that's it for their ultimates currently.
Coil's up in 8, so it's still a little scary for fight around here. Coil would really devastate them, as we said. It counters majority of their lineup, so they have to back away. Respect. But we see what the opportunity that they can go for. If they get like 1 or 2 kills, or they waste a couple of that Spider Pig's draft, they can immediately go in. They're looking for the opportunity. They're setting up already.
Feels like they're baiting here. They'll find Noob over here in the mid lane, stun him up, follow up with a snowball and a spear. So there is no more Dream Coil that they need to worry about. Still have that Exorcism online though, so looks like they're gonna go right back into that Roche pit. No Serpent Wards for another 40-something seconds. And I'm not sure what these other cooldowns are looking like. We're gonna have to split in about 30. They want to go in there, they want to pressure, but I don't think they're gonna be able to. Shards get thrown out. Mitch is on the outside, throwing out that Crypt Swarm.
It is a
Even backing
5-man.
a little bit. Okay, we have a little bit of a zoning ultimate here from the Mars.
Oh, they need to commit now.
They need to commit. ZipZapper
hard.
so low. All right, there it is. Low skill picks up the Aegis. There it is. There's that Exorcism we talked about. This Weaver, he just can't stay alive long enough, so the Aegis immediately going to get burned. As the rest of the team now moving over to the high ground, the Hex, the lockdown is completely there. Like I said, they even go for the split on top of it, just to make sure that they kill the Weaver.
Why not? I mean, it's a Brewmaster 5.
Oh,
So just any
yeah.
split you can use, and they're continuing.
They're still going. They know that they don't have that Weaver. In fact, the Mars being held into place is silenced with that Spirit Siphon. Lots of these ghostly ladies dancing around. They'll be able to take down xactl. And now it looks like Keptas is going to be left alone. Nice shards, but not quite enough. Oh, he's got the snowball by him. Just a little bit more time, but he's definitely dead.
Huge fights for Radiant, and that is the perfect place for them to really fight around that Roche pit, as we said, with all these ults. And now, I mean, Chronosphere's back online, Serpent back too. So yeah, this plethora of ults that they have at their arsenals, and also the Weaver making a pretty big mistake there, running into them directly with Shukuchi, then immediately time lapsing and just getting grabbed by the Rasta, grabbed by the Shadow Shaman.
It's definitely not the way that they wanted that to go. And it felt like a lot of just kind of back and forth, like they couldn't make up their minds. And eventually, you know, you did say that they needed to just full on commit, but do you think they just took maybe too much time?
I mean, the Mars ult missing is a huge, huge blunder, because if he just holds on to a little bit there, they can secure and just use that to defensively get out. He tried to make the aggressive move while also they split themselves up a little bit there. And yeah, Spider Pigs completely capitalized on it because, like we said, their heroes just naturally are good. This Meta4Pro carry in particular, that Weaver is always going to get hard lockdown, especially from DNZ's build. He has the 4 points, and it's going to make that game always really hard for that.
It'll only get harder as it goes on too. When Shadow Shaman picks up the Blink Dagger, it's just going to be like just locked down. So need to see some sort of defensive item, I think, for this Weaver.
Yeah, I think Brian was saying, I didn't get to hear at the end there, but like the SNY Lincolns or something like that, just anything to kind of protect him. He's going to go for this BKB, but that only protects him so much. And if they go for these BKBs, it's going to raise how much more valuable that Puck Aghanims is. Because he's already going to go for it in the go probably. If they start getting these BKBs early, he'll just raise the priority on.
Does pose a very big problem for.
Still very close so far, though. We're actually like dead even in this game. 11 to 14, gold and experience.
Well, I was interested too, you know, we talk about how they made these couple of mistakes, right, coming out from Meta4Pro. Is that also, you know, the experience of Spider Pigs? They played together for quite a while now. Is that just one of those things? Because, you know, Meta4Pro, more or less I don't want to say a pub stack, but, you know, they don't have the same experience of playing together as some of these guys. Is that going to be something that, you know, they just have to keep considering? Is that you can't make these mistakes. You can't, you know, go so hard on them because they're going to punish you, and they do have a little bit more of that experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it may be like, I don't know who this full shot caller is either, but when I'm seeing like 5 heroes in the pit midding, it's always no one's standing outside, no one's scouting, stuff like that. I usually don't see like, you know, your team's like G. They'll usually have like one person lingering on the outside. They don't usually just full commit stack
Right.
pit. That can just be disaster.
Yeah, you said it, Rick.
Indeed, it was.
They're still in an okay spot though. Like we very, very close, and now they've got the Tusk Blink, which is one of those alleviators versus all this crazy amount of team fight. He can actually he can save his buddies now. Annoying silences and stables.
It's definitely going to be a high priority for there. We are almost completed with that BKB over on the Weaver. Like you said, that does up the priority for...
Yeah, he's actually going for a BKB himself on the puck this game. There, I guess just
Silences, perhaps? Just
silences and Soulbind I saw messed with him a little bit up top before, but this isn't gonna help if you're leashed anyway.
Yeah.
If you're the secondary leash target, so I'm a little curious about why he is going for it.
He's definitely scared of something if he's... BKB completed now for the Weaver, so...
And for the Void.
Oh,
Smoke
yeah.
coming out from the side of Spider Pigs first, as they have all of their ultimates available. 10.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower.
And it looks like Dire, looks like Meta4Pro is about to meet up and smoke. Well, I just saw Grimstroke love move bag, so they're get together. Yeah, Blink also on the Pango, so lots of different forms of initiation now.
I think it's going to come down to who can get the initiation on too. Although I would say definitely Spider Pigs has the advantage if they do get initiated on, as long as it's not the Void, right? They can kind of reinitiate with that Chronosphere and just reset.
Ooh, another DD top. xactl can find that. He'll be very happy, and he
And
also
oh,
has
yeah,
his
look at that.
BKB finish too. And yeah, he gets the DD. So now I would give a bit of a favor toward the Dire here. Just 2 BKBs compared to 1. All is going to be depending on how that fight gets taken.
I think they're going to try to make a play here for this top tier 1. See a
Positioning
couple
too.
people over here on the side too. On base. He's going to be very careful. In fact, immediately water sponge. As it is looking like a very disappointing. That does come off here. And the Ace will follow. They sound out the Faceless Void. That is a little bit scary right now. It's a little bit they want to full commit though. Do though popping. Oh, there it is. Double BKB, but it doesn't matter because they're all held together. Follow up though with that Chronosphere. And they've got the Exorcism running. Plus the boards over the side. They've used pretty much everything here. But they're not getting the success that they really want. They lose Mitch. The game also going to go down. And all of this just because the Shadow Shopping got jumped on. They're still looking for anything that they can get, but they only hold the bar. Darcy has the arena to go. He's just going to go right here over after LeBron. That position 5 Brewmaster never stood a chance. And now lowskill, he's the speedy little one. He's a speedy chicken too. He's chasing after DNZ. They've got the snow off. They're going to make a special delivery and take down DNZ.
Good, such a good move there by Meta4Pro, and Radiant not expecting this at all. The way they set up, they put themselves in position 2 supports on this high ground with this ward, covering it nicely, get themselves another advantage, and that chaos happens, but they're able to get their BKB off. BKBs are popped. Sure, Chrono goes down, but the BKBs are there. They're immune to most of that damage. I see the Exorcism kind of tickling them a bit.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Hello? Can anyone hear me? It's a killing spree over here. Morty, watch out. It's a killing spree. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant just fortified their structures. You know what I'm talking about? Well, well, well. Look what the cat drugged in. Drugs? Dire's middle tower is under
he on
attack.
drugs?
Oh.
If he gets caught in a spear, this isn't going to help him. He's just going to die. I feel like he just needed to rush a BKB as well this game for Death Breath, rather than going magic resist.
Jeez, Morty, they're going after
Spent
Dire's
so
bottom
much gold on this
tower.
item, and I feel like that's going to do.
Whoa, Dire's bottom tower is
Definitely
under
does not
attack.
feel great, especially when you consider all of those ultimates that just got popped for that one fight, and it did not go
Yeah.
the way of Spider
Oh,
Pigs.
Radiant's top tower
But
is
that's the
under attack.
BKB now here. The
Dire's bottom tower
stat
is
on
under
the
attack.
fast. Yeah, they are rushing these BKBs though, which is not typically.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Oh
Yeah, we got to see that a little bit yesterday too. I saw the priority of BKB just rising more so because of just how important it is versus massive team fighters like these Pangos, these Pucks, these. It seems like the BKB is starting to. I mean, it all depends on what region, of course, because China early, but I've seen a lot of these EU teams buying it very early on now.
Oh boy, oh Mitch, the Yules is out. The arena is down. They're waiting for that spear right into the wall, plus some bugs and a big shield right there. Oh, they don't have to worry about the Death Prophet. Yes, it is. Down for 40-something seconds. They're knocking on the base over there. Well, they'll back off a little bit and they'll focus over on the tier 2, but this is definitely, I don't think this is how they envisioned this going, Fogged.
No, they're getting so much on the map for Meta4Pro, and like we said, the overabundance of ultimates on the side of Spider Bigs, they have all of them up, but yeah, they needed to be using them like constantly at every single frequency, and they kind of have been, but they've just been met by Meta4Pro every time. Paired, and I mean, this Mars is absolute. This 1 in 7 xactl's had a pretty flawless game. Sure, his ulti maybe 1 or 2 times was off the mark. He's been that frontliner for his leading the charge.
Well, that's exactly what he needs to be. You know, talk about the fact that this Weaver is, in fact, a glass cannon, but he does have some beefy people to stand in front, and usually it's going to be xactl, just throwing his body forward, whether, you know, again, he missed a couple of the arenas, but when it comes down to it, he's dishing out the damage, and he's also just providing that bodyguard status in a sense, too, especially when you have a Tusk who can just snowball and either save, or in this case, he's been delivering the Weaver half the time right to his target.
And now, now it's getting to the point where I don't really think that this Radiant draft, these Spider Pigs draft, is going to have the damage to deal with a lot of these heroes. Like the 2100 HP Mars, Weaver is going to be sitting at 400 when he has Scotty finished.
LeBron?
And LeBron.
Try to run away, but the rest of the team is here. Inkswell plus the spear. And xactl's just having the time of his life today. He's living like a god.
Appropriate for the Mars.
I'm glad you caught that.
Hey, I gotta try, you know, when I'm working, says some stuff right over my head, and then nice little pun.
Owen is, I love the fact that he is just so, like, clever with his phrasing.
He's always waiting for the opportunity. He has them in his pocket some.
Be interested to see those pockets, but yeah, the Weaver was thinking he could get a fast pickoff on DNZ here, but look how speedy this little chicken is. Goes right back in again. He's thinking about trying to get the kill, and again, they have that Scotty up and running. They'll follow up with the Dream Coil, but I think they just want to disengage here. They're considering it because in comes Big Boy xactl, and he sees Thug. He wants this as he's going to chase after DNZ. They drop the Serpent Wards. Oh, but there it is. There's the Chrono, so it looks like they're finally going to be able to take down a couple of these heroes. In fact, they do get xactl. There's the Exorcism going on. They also managed to go and pop the Aegis, but now with all of these ultimates blown, I don't know. They're going to go right back in again, though. They've got their eyes on this Weaver. He's trying desperately to get away from these wards, but he's not going to be able to. In fact, those ghostly ladies chase him down, as now it looks like this Grimstroke love, he's not feeling the love right now. He's feeling a lot of hate. It's a triple kill for Mitch.
Beautiful chrono by Thugito, catching all of them there. Pre-BKB also on the Mars. Mars is taking way too much damage, unable to get the cheese in and pop it in time too. That is exactly Spider Pigs need to come back in this. Hey, now Mitch pretty much has a full BKB finished after that first Death Prophet, so I was a little worried for him, but they're fully caught up now after this one fight, and that now we actually get to see all the ults come together. Very appropriate.
Yeah, it's nice to finally see that, because it always felt like Meta4Pro was getting these initiations, and they somehow managed to, oh wait, I don't know if they got lucky or what's going on there, but oh, that's a different game. But yeah, it always felt like they somehow managed to have Void kind of wander in, and they would get stunned up, or they would end up, you know, being able to like sort of anyone they knew how and able
and he's gonna try to finish it, but I'm pretty sure his Thunderclap is mid-cast kill. Front creeps in.
Because the Tusk does have a Blink Dagger. They might try to just quick grab.
I feel like every time I've ever done any like pause is gonna be like, it never happens. But,
oh, there it is, the blink forward, the Walrus Punch. He's disarmed, he's slowed, he's in some shards, and he's just gonna be dead.
That's pretty big because, like I was mentioning, he's the one with the wards in his bag. So now they don't get to get these wards out. They will at least take the outpost top with Mitch, so he's got the priorities. But yeah, they don't get this. They could have just gotten so much vision out and so much in those last few minutes. And we'll see how Meta4Pro the fact that they did not.
Now my question is, do you think that, because LeBron is the one captaining this, right? As far as I know.
Yes, I believe so.
Maybe, but I wonder how much of him was just like, why aren't we pushing, guys, where are you? And just, or if it was just like, oh, that was my bad, guys. I got too overzealous, you know? I'm always interested to know what comms are like during a...
Yeah, I mean, they all just full Delta split. I mean, maybe people just weren't, because sometimes that does happen. It's like, all right, guys, let's hit the mid tower, and then it's like, my team's hitting news.
Team? What is it? That's one of the voice lines, right? The Chinese one?
Team?
Where it's
team?
just like, where's your team? Duiona or something like that? I don't know. I can't speak Chinese at all. I just remember, I think it was Slacks who did a translation thing with Jack at one point, trying to figure out what they all meant. All right. Puck working on that Ags as expected. Enough to get at least a couple pieces of it now. Have the smoke on smoke action going on.
Probably they're going for this. They're baiting this bounty rune. They baited it.
They baited it perfectly because that's a very dead. Oh no.
Oh.
By a little bit longer time here, the BKB from Noob. He's gonna get held into place though, tied up with that Bruling. Oh, that feels bad here. DNZ though gets taken down, drops the wards at least. Lowskill's trapped in them though. That BKB's nice, but it's not gonna help him through that. Mitch though using the exorcism. He's gonna buy a little bit more time. Eternal Shroud helping him out a little bit, but not enough as he is next to fall. And it looks like LeBron just trying to hightail it out of there. Just use that blink over on Tusk. They're looking. Can they find him in time? Oh, just a little bit too slow.
That was a sick bait, though. They had the ward on the high ground there. They see the bounty. They're just waiting for somebody to go for it. Puck, they get a beautiful initiation, beautiful grab. And that's what they're looking to do. Break this team up. Don't let them use their ultimate how they want to. Have them just be on the back foot.
Oh, LeBron, he is so forward, but look at that Chronosphere over onto 4 of them. Pigito, he's trying to put out as much damage as possible. The slides gets tossed out again, though. Snowball coming in, stays him a little bit longer. Is it going to be enough, though? Because we've got a Weaver who's all hexed up, being held into place. Oh, but he's going to be able to... No, at the last second, he does end up going down on the back lines. Pigito, he finds himself, another kill. Love is going to fall. Noob is just 1v1ing over here with a couple of these creeps, hoping that he gets a little bit of help. But the BKB comes out, follow up with the Dream Coil, and they're just going to try to teleport out, but the bashes are real. That's a triple kill now for Noob, and he wants one more, but he's not going to get it.
Baby, what a jump. That was actually so nice, and just chain CC they got on the Weaver, and I believe it was the Witch's Blade that actually ticked in when he was away, just a little pulse damage that it does. 3 seconds. Yeah, I think that actually was. That is very significant as, Puck is getting close to that point, that big item that he does need in order to really counter the draft of Meta4Pro with his Aghanim's.
Man, I got so nervous when I saw LeBron there because I was like, oh, he's very far forward, and I know that, like, so many of these guys, they have those blinks online, and they're going to try to kick back. In fact, we can go back. That's the 4-man chrono here, where Thagito just followed up very quickly. And, look at that. That Snowball coming in, trying to buy the Weaver just a little bit more time. He's all hexed up. And you think that, for a split second, when he goes into Kuchi's, you think he's going to make it out. But there it is. Picks down.
Yeah, the Puck, this is why we're seeing this Puck picked up a lot here, is people are just going right-click build, you get the damage down, you get the phase auto attack, you go for your Witchblade, and he's dealing a very significant amount of damage if he doesn't get brought down. He's hitting everybody over and over again for over damage again. It is really potent, and that's what happens. 4-man chrono, beautiful opportunity seized by Thug.
Definitely perfect timing on there.
They also got a gem. I believe it was Love who'd bought a gem earlier on too. So that's going to be pretty relevant versus a Weaver in particular.
Sure, Weaver's very upset about that. Be extremely careful, even more so than.
And now, Puck Aghanims. Okay, so now it's going to be just so much harder for Meta4Pro. If they don't get the jump, these fights are going to be possible for them. I feel like Spider Pigs have a huge window for themselves in these next fights. Having these BKBs at very long durations as well. Having this Ags Puck finished up with this gem. Yeah, and Void, look how tanky Thugito is now too with the Scotty pick.
Be very difficult to take him down. Continuing to farm up over here on the triangle. Again, I believe it's Noob who's going to be carrying the gem because probably going to be the one who jumps forward in a lot of these positions. So See that smokes are being purchased on both sides. Should see some sort of battle very shortly. I keep checking the Roche pit as well.
Yeah, they're finishing a couple items too. I think it's the AC is coming out on the courier for the Mars. Well, Spider Pigs, they're already ready to fight. High ground is already teased. Meta4Pro. Toward that bounty rune.
So, oh, the smoke on smoke action.
They break Mitch.
Pick up the bounty runes. ZipZapper, he goes forward, but immediately doesn't get Yule's up over here, followed up with the Dream Coil, and they managed to go and get off the arena. There's a whole fight on the other side, the one that's going down. They managed to go, and they take down the Weaver so quickly here, as now they're going to chase after Love. Love, he's managed to go and throw out that ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. The BKBs are out and running here. ZipZapper trying to get away. He's hexed up, held into place. He's next to fall, and they'll finish it off here with the Exorcism and a kill on the Mars.
Their whole everything is online for them, and they didn't get picked off. They're the ones who got the perfect initiation, the good jump. Sure, Pango was the one who jumped in, but the Weaver was isolated on the side and just gets jumped by DNZ and dies 100 nothing off. Doesn't even get the BKB. Doesn't get any opportunity to pop it. And that's when we're seeing all that Spider Pigs 5-man ultimates come in. And they don't even need to use them all. They still have Chrono for kick off when they...
And that's going to feel really good. How do you approach this now? So you want to get them off of your buildings, and again, everyone's, you know, still first one up is going to be the Grimstroke, but still just so hard to fight into a Chronosphere, especially because Thug is just getting more and more powerful. Very, very tanky.
Yeah, and now LeBron, he's got his Ags, so he's got that split already available with that second charge. Coil's back up. Yeah, this definitely looking at like at least 2 sets of racks, and Roche is going to be up if they do want to back up and go for it. And they will have, like we said, a couple of their ultimates already at the ready.
More of the Dire Heroes are respawning, so be interested to see if they're going to respect it. It looks like they do. They realize, okay, we managed to get ourselves quite a bit off of that last fight. Let's back up. Let's go check out Roche, possibly, and just, you know, make this nice and tidy. Here, picked up Noob. He'll be able to refill his bottle as well. Several times here, too, because they're that bounty.
Just backing up all together. These items, the Guido is going for an S and Y. He's a little worried about just giving himself a little more status resist.
Oh? Tusk. Oh, they really want to go for this, though, and they'll immediately go leash them up over onto the side. They drop the Dream Coil. They're going to go just give a shove back. The silence over here on the Mars is a bit of a problem. Trying to just eliminate Mitch as fast as possible. He does not have that Exorcism up. DNC making his way over as well with Pigzs. He's waiting to see if he can get himself a nice Chrono, but they're Delta splitting off here to the side. Looks like Love is going to get beat down here by Pigzs. A couple of those nice hits. He's down. Followed up now, the Hex over here on the side. Mars, he's tanky, but he's not tanky enough. He's got to go and use that BKB. He's trying to run out, and they managed to go and grab him over on the side. We follow smart. They use the Chronosphere. They'll be able to take down lowskill. And they're not even done yet. They're going to chase after this Pangolier. He's silenced up ZipZapper. He's trying to get away, and there's still Mitch over on the other side. Just so much action going on at once. ZipZapper, though, somehow managing to hide over into the tree line. They'll throw out those shards. Doesn't look like they're able to find ZipZapper, but looks like Love again. He's going to get tackled, hex, all those fun things that a Shadow Shaman likes to do to his prey. And Mitch will just casually throw out the Crypt Swarm, find the kill. Somehow ZipZapper is still alive here. I'm very surprised at that.
They've just been messing with Pigzs and LeBron. They were just pushing him away with shards, snowball saving, just spearing away. But either way, 4 of them are going to hit the base right now. But bro, they don't have much left in the toolkit. Pango ult is ready. Try to commit, but wards are down, and they have to try something. This is the last set of racks. They're going to have to commit.
Well, that's the Rolling Thunder. They're doing something, but the Exorcism does come out from Mitch. The Walrus Punch comes out. They want to try to burst down Mitch if they can, but there are 2 different fights going on right now. Looks like the Mars is making his way over. DNZ blinking forward, though, immediately with the Hex. Spirit Siphon will come out. Cinderbrew dropped onto the ground. ZipZapper now deciding he's just going to have to let his friend die here. They call GG. They realize that there's just nothing that they can do at this point. They're just too big, too scary, and they're ready for the next game.
Yeah, and it looks like the 5-man ultimate draft does pay off in the end. In Meta4Pro, they had a really good like snowball factor kind of going in when they were getting the numbers advantage inside the kills and starting these fights like 45 or even 5 in a couple. But then we did see when Spider Pigs, when they're able to get their own definition, when they're able to start their fights themselves, and all 5 ultis are on the same place, it's possible, especially when the Weaver is so countered just from heroes, right? Like Shadow Shaman hexes of problem, silences all over. Chronosphere, fights got really tough, even though they played so well in that early.
Yeah, you know, it looked really good for them early on, but that patience just came through and they had faith in themselves over on the side of Spider Pigs. But I'm going to toss it over to Sheaves and the desk and hear what they have to say about it.